we go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of El Dorado, we have the Brazilian Terran player, the blue Terran representing Ximius Gaming. It is MaTriX, or MaTriX. Oh, who are we introducing? And bottom right-hand corner, bottom right, we have someone we have. He's going for the he's going for the 12 pool. We have the Brazilian Zerg player, the red Zerg representing Host Gaming. It is Thypan. And if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat, as Thypan is going for the initial 12 pull into a 13 gas geyser. Again, bottom left, MaTriX. Let's go. As I mentioned before, these two players are a little bit lower ranked compared to the previous players, but of course they're still fighting their hearts out. MaTriX moving in with the SCV scouts. And I believe this is the lead up for a Roach Rush from the side of Thypan. We've seen this before, going for the early gas geyser. Technically, this could be for a Bane Bust as well. True, this could be for a Bane Bust or a Roach Rush. We'll see where the gas is going to be spent, as the SCV does not go into the main. For now, checks. There is no natural. There's that Roach Warren from Thypan, and the SCV should confirm. What a game! His heart must have been beating so fast, 100%. Like that's the other thing that I don't wanna place too much blame on Elevolts, because 100% it's the ace match, right? He's in the ace match of the group stage. He's up against a higher rated player. He knows that he's like been dying the entire game. Like it was a rough game there for him. He was bouncing back. He was so close. Crazy, baby, crazy. Doesn't know how large or how small the army is of his opponent. But we can see MaTriX responds with the bunker. So bunker on the high ground. Again, he's aware of the Roach Rush, setting up this bunker, followed by the factory. So delayed CC here from MaTriX. Interesting. Going for delayed command center. And checking his vision, he did see the Roach Warren. He's aware. And we'll see what these roads can get done. Now, unfortunately, because of the map itself, because of El Dorado, I mean, if you recall, we spoke about this on Neon Violet Square, there are ramps, right? There's ramps, there's high ground that you do need to actually lay siege upon that base. I think there is an Overlord somewhat in position on the right-hand side, so the Overlord can provide vision on the depots, so we can pick up some depots here, and Thypan from this position can drone. You can drone up, you can saturate, there we go. Base is on the way, gas guys is on the way, droning is occurring here for Thypan, and we'll see if he can snipe some of these depots and get some extra value out of these Ravagers. As the Ravagers are waddling in. The Overlord should be moving in position. There we go, here comes the Overlord. And with this, he can try to pick away at the wall. You can see here that MaTriX already pre-pulled some of the boys to repair. MaTriX going for a 1-1-1, a very late expansion from MaTriX. Then you can turn this into a zone 2 base all in. Ooh, as the Overlord overextends. Overlord does overextend. Does take a couple of hits. Again, if the Overlord goes down, then this rush ends. So Ravager to get a little bit too close. Tank will siege. Tank does siege up. Forces back the Ravagers. And MaTriX holds. Oh. MaTriX, he does hold. He shuts down not just one, getting a second Overlord as well. Nice damage. Does supply block Thypan. Thypan is supply blocked. MaTriX now expanding. Now, as a reminder, this is a late expansion from MaTriX. At the same time, though, Thypan has a much lower worker count. He's on that 17 SE or 17 drones. So MaTriX is breaking out. He's attempting to. Yeah, base the army in, massive tank shots. Behind this, MaTriX going for a second Rax, no going into mech. We have seen MaTriX play mech before, so I was a little bit concerned, but it's going to be Bio. Working towards Stim. Thypan still droning up, still a very low drone count for Thypan, getting up to 20 workers. MaTriX, he does break out. Forces back Thypan, and MaTriX can now expand. Oh. As Thypan, he commits up the ramp. Oh, not worth it. Yeah, not worth it here. Roaches, Ravagers, they are bleeding out. Thypan in a rough position. As the initial Roach Rush just hasn't done enough damage. It delayed the expansion, that is true, but remember, Thypan had a very low drone count as a result. So his own economy is struggling. MaTriX is now on 2 bases. You can see here, this is the economic game states. MaTriX has been ahead economically the entire game. And MaTriX, he should break out with Stim. So Stim is still on the way. Once it's done, he can be active. We have Burrow in production for Thypan. Interesting. Going for Burrow, going for potentially Tunneling Claws. Scan doesn't see much. Does see the second Gas Geyser at least, but yeah, not much tech in the main. I'm sure MaTriX was looking for a lair and maybe a Muta switch. Not uncommon to see like a Spire transition from here into Mutas. But there is no lair. MaTriX, yeah, he has no fear. He breaks out. He will potentially miss the Ravagers, though. Uh-oh. Okay, does spot the army. He should react. Okay, he does respond. He sims in. Catch that reinforcements. Hero Ravager in a rough position. Going for the tanks. Does it with the Biles. Yeah, Biles are avoided, and the Roach Ravager is going to be completely cleaned up. Yeah, massive catch here from MaTriX. Shuts down the army, and now he can just sim. He can just move across the map. Oh, bleeding out 9 Marines for 10 Roaches and 4 Ravagers. Very efficient trade here from MaTriX. Thypan, he's in trouble. Back at home, he has... Does he have link speed? That I'm less certain of. 14 links on the way. He's trying to build up. No link, yeah, no link speed. Yeah, there's no shot. A handful of slow links, a handful of Roaches. MaTriX, he breaks free, he breaks out, and he's going in for the kill. Again, it was a cheeky start to the game, but MaTriX was able to scout, shut it down. GG gets called, and MaTriX will kick things off with a win. GG. We'll take the initial win here. Again, Thypan, he has gone for nothing but aggressive builds and the all-ins so far here in this tournament, and I wouldn't be surprised if he tries it again. When it comes to the build itself, I mean, going for the initial Roach Rush into droning can be successful. Unfortunately, he didn't really get anything for it. If you remember, he didn't kill the depot. He didn't really get any pickoffs, any Marines, any tanks. The Ravagers were very lackluster. If you recall, he even lost his Overlords. He got supply blocked, and he was just behind economically, right? He just had a really hard time droning from there. GG. GG, well played. And with that, MaTriX does take a lead. And we'll see if Thypan goes for another 12 pool. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Thypan has 12 pulled every game so far. We did have a 12 pool drone pool previously. I think it was against Victor, if I'm not mistaken. So we have seen him 12 pool drone pool. I don't see that working here against a Terran player, to be honest, but we'll see. As game 2 is going to be on Amygdala. Here we go. We go. As Amygdala is one of the larger maps of the map pool. Much larger map. Known for macro games, I would say that this is not a map to go for something like a rush on, just because it's, again, the map is working against you. Now, it isn't as bad as Neon Violet Square, where it's a large map and it has a ramp as well, so technically there is no ramp coming into the natural, but the rush distance by ground is still quite long on Amygdala, so we'll see. We'll see what Thypan goes for. So we are loading in. We go. As we're leading into potentially the final game of this series. As a reminder, Victor is still waiting for the winner of this series as well. It's been a bit of a longer group, I will say. Oh god. It's going to be a long night of StarCraft. Let's go. Remember, we're casting 2 groups today. Group C and Group D. So we have another group after this. StarCraft continues. I believe the next group is a ZVZ group, though. If I'm not mistaken. Oh no, it's a TvT. Never mind. It's a TvT group. It's gonna be a long one. As spawning in the top right hand corner of Amygdala, we have our Brazilian Zerg player going for a gas first opener. It is a Thypan. Does open gas first. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the Brazilian Terran player for Exemius Gaming. It is MaTriX. Or MaTriX. Here we go. As MaTriX does open up with the SCV Scout, I don't blame him. Meanwhile, Thypan does open up gas first. It's going to be gas pool. This can once again be a Roach Rush. This can be for a Bane Bust. This can be for Fast Lair, technically. Thypan, he has some options. For the most part, MaTriX should be able to confirm. That SCV shouldn't go down anytime soon, as that is a second gas geyser. Okay, I see you. That's a lot of gas. I'm leaning towards Fast Lair, but we'll keep an eye on Thypan. Otherwise, we could just commit into a Roach Hole in with this. True. Spawning pool is done. What do you have for us? What do you got? Do we go for the Roach Warren? Queen is on the way. Not a Roach Warren. He's building up his gas. The SCV does get into the main and does attempt to scouts, and so far there's nothing really to confirm outside of the gases. And if it is going to be a lair follow-up, the SCV, I believe, should be able to get eyes on this. The Lings will deny the scout, though. Yeah, Lings are out. SCV is going to be zoned away. Queen is done, which means we can now start the lair. Oh, for now, expanding. We have the money for it. Where's the lair? For now, Thypan, he's droning. We have 200 gas. What's the gas for, Pappy? What's it for? Link speed? No shot. No shot. Link speed on the way. Okay. We still have a lot of gas, by the way. We have still 200 gas in the bank. That has to be spent on something. Are we going for a delayed Bane Bust? Question mark? I'm waiting for either a Bane Bust or I mean, at this point the lair is too late. If it was a lair, would have seen one by now. What's going on? I'm at a loss, Bobby. Going for Overlord speed? Meanwhile, thank you so much for the anonymous tip in the chats for the $13.37. GG, keep it going, light. Oh, thank you, Pappy, thank you. Do appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Yeah, Link speed and Overlord speed, by the way. And Thypan, he's still mining gas. He is still not pulled out. That is so much gas right now. And the problem is that if he isn't going for a lair, if he isn't doing anything with the gas, all that gas could be minerals. And that could be extra workers. That could be a faster third base. That could be more queens that can just elevate you coming into a longer macro game. Meanwhile, I should also emphasize, MaTriX is responding very hard to this. I believe MaTriX is staying on one base. He's going for like a 3-1-1 setup on one base. MaTriX, he's getting ready for a one base all in that isn't coming. But because of MaTriX's setup here, he has a superior army anyway. Like, he has tanks on the way, he has stim on the way, all on one base, just now landing his natural. Like, MaTriX, he reacts quite hard, but he's still in a better position. Like, it's not like he's overreacting to the point where he falls behind. Like, MaTriX still in a decent spot. He has 500 gas. Where are we spending our gas, Pappy? What's happening? Okay, so we are rushing into a lair, but this is a very late lair. Like I say, it's an early lair in a standard game, but it's a late lair considering how much gas we have. It's almost a standard lair timing. This is a 4:15 or 4:10 lair timing here. So almost a standard layer timing, which means it was a bit of a waste. This most likely is going to be 2-base Muta. That would make the most sense in my mind, but never mind, we have an Evo Chamber on the way. Double Evo Chamber. Into double upgrades, or are we walling up? Scan reveals the lair. At this point, MaTriX has to be questioning his life. Like, he's like, wait, what's... why is it so late? What's happening? Where was the gas spent? So if this is going to be mutas, we shouldn't make any upgrades here. Like, the Evo Chamber should be there just for a wall, and we shouldn't be investing gas into upgrades. Lair is done. Show us the Spire. Technically, this could be a crazy build where we go, like, into an Infestation Pit, into, like, 2-base Swarm Host. Or into a fast, like, Hydra Den, into, like, 2-base Lurker. It's got to be the Spire. That would make... more gases are on the way. He's going... He is going 2-base Lurker. I mean, I'm making the assumption there's 2-base Lurker with the Hydra Den. That's crazy. Okay. Never mind. Hydra Den and the Spire. Just throw down all the tech. Just do everything. Give me a Roach Warren, Infestation Pit. Very quirky build here by Thypan. Very quirky. Unfortunately, it's really inefficient. And MaTriX, he does have a stronger economic game state currently. He also already has a bunch of his bio upgrades with Stim. I think he already has combat shields as well. He's moving out with his initial bio drop to figure out what's going on. I believe Thypan should be okay against this. He does have Lings amassing. It's only 8 Marines. Does have Stim though. Yeah, he will trade well for himself. Does have to pick up. Unloading once again. Let's go. Yeah, he's gonna get surrounded. MaTriX does overextend. And threaten the third. Now, I believe MaTriX, he hasn't been able to rescout, so he doesn't know what the lair was for. Not yet. But he's just focusing on his bio production. We have the Liberator on the way. More Marines, Marauders. And we do have some mutas on the way. Again, Thypan, he has a massive bank, so he can actually make quite a lot of mutas at the moment. He can make 8 mutas, as long as he doesn't get supply blocked. Taking his third base. Gas is on the way. Yeah, the supply block is going to slow him down, though. MaTriX being cheeky. The Liberator will confirm the mutas. Yeah, they do spot the mutas here. That should trigger a response going into turrets. Actually, he just moves out. Yeah, he just moves out. And I'll be honest, without Baneling defense, I don't see Thypan surviving this. Going Ling Muta, there's just nothing to do with Mass Marine. Like, Mass Marine can just get out of hand, get out of control. We have Hydra upgrades on the way, so it looks like Thypan is trying to switch into Hydra tech after revealing his mutas. But the problem is, as many twists and turns that Thypan has gone for, like, just a straight up Marine push should end the game. It takes out all the mutas, takes down the expansion. Lings, they trickle in, they're going to be shut down by the Marines. And there is nothing left here. Does start a step forward, takes down all the Overseers. Pushing in. And I appreciate the quirkiness out of the build for Thypan. Unfortunately, it doesn't come together here. It just doesn't come together. There's just nothing here to defend. MaTriX, he can stim and he can win. And shout out to Thypan for competing in the tournament, for competing actually often enough to actually qualify for the event as well, as he was able to be invited. But GG gets called. And MaTriX, he will overwhelm. He will take the series 2-0 and advance on to the decider match. GG. GG. Well played. Whew. MaTriX, he does take the series. Again, Thypan, it looked like he was maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Typically, when we do open up early gases, if the plan is to go into something like a fast lair, then you better rush into it. Otherwise, you're kind of losing that early tech advantage. There was just so much time there where we had so much gas banked up and nothing was being spent on it. As you mentioned before, if you're mining all this gas, if not using it, then that could have been otherwise mineral mining, which could have been used on more queens, on more drones, on a better economy, on a faster third base, to get into a superior early to mid game as well. Mining that much gas has to be spent somewhere, whether it's a lair, roaches, whether it's a bane bust, right? There are different options with how you want to approach that, whether it's rushing into either kind of tech path. But without going into anything early on, then alas, Thypan did fall behind. And that's why the series looked as dominant as it did in favor of MaTriX. GG. GG, well played. With that, MaTriX does take the series. And now we're getting ready for the final series of Group C. Up next is going to be a best of 3 between MaTriX and Victor. Oh boy. Here we go. So we are setting up for that final series. Again, Victor, we just featured him in that intense TVP earlier up against Elevolts. Elevolts did knock him down, and Elevolts was the first player to make it out of the group. But Victor, he's still in the group itself. He gets knocked down to the decider match, so he still has another chance to redeem himself to make it out against MaTriX in another PvT. Now, MaTriX is a very different kind of player. I will say, as I mentioned before, MaTriX is a lower ranked player. He is Diamond, as opposed to Elevolts and Victor, who are Masters. So Elevolts and Victor, they were both favored to make it out of the group, but we'll see if MaTriX can cause an upset and bring him down. MaTriX does have a different approach to things. We have seen him play mech before, so we'll see if he can upset Victor. Likewise, I'm sure Victor is very frustrated after the last series. It was very close, very intense. He was even ahead at certain points, even in that last game. So we'll see if he can shake it off and bring it back. For now, we're going to be going on a short break. And when we come back, we'll have that final series of the group. Not of the tournaments, not of the broadcast, because remember, after we wrap up this group, we have another fresh group lined up as well. The StarCraft continues. For now, take this time to get some snacks, get some food, get some water, and get ready for the decider match. See you soon.